As we mentioned earlier, today marks the 20th anniversary of the deaths of 4 teenage girls inside a North Austin yogurt shop.
In an exclusive interview with the 5 members of the Austin Police Department's cold case team, KXAN's Shannon Wolfson learned the yogurt shop crime consumes 85 to 90% of that unit's time. But a prominent member of the defense team representing 2 suspects in this case told our Jim Swift all that effort is a complete waste of time.
To move forward, let's first back up to the beginning of Shannon Wolfson's story, in which she asked APD's cold case detectives if they still believe the 4 original suspects committed the crimes.
Of course, every hand in the room went up, and that is the problem. If I believe, I am not so much subject to the power of reason. Abandon belief, damn it, and why don't we just step back and start this case again?
I think what he forgets is that this case was started over one time before, at least, which led to these 2 suspects.
Of the 4 original suspects, only Robert Springsteen and Michael Scott were convicted. But after those convictions were overturned, the state allowed the 2 to go free, because newly obtained DNA evidence not only did not put Springsteen and Scott at the crime scene, it actually pointed to someone else.
There is still untested evidence in the yogurt shop case. I find that appalling and inexcusable.
We're doing everything possible, working with DPS, the experts there, to test everything that we have.
2 of these individuals, Robert Springsteen and Michael Scott, gave confessions, very compelling confessions that have been held to be voluntarily given.
They both realized what they had done. And that is that they had given confessions that were patently false.
Both of them were convicted at one point in time, and I'm still confident that the evidence that was used in the trial leads me to believe that they're the primary suspects.
Do I know they're innocent? Absolutely not. I'm not God. I don't like being wrong. But by God, I believe there's evidence out there that can tell us who's right and who's wrong.
We're obviously still investigating. We're talking to everyone we can and testing, using DNA in every way possible.
Meanwhile, 20 years after what may well be Austin's most infamous and horrendous crimes, somebody is still getting away with murder. Jim Swift, KXAN News.
Our coverage on the yogurt shop murders continues at 6 o'clock tonight. We talked to a mother whose only 2 daughters were murdered in that yogurt shop 20 years ago tonight. Barbara Ayers-Wilson tells us about how she's coping with the loss still today and what she hopes the community will do to remember all of the girls who were killed.